Hi, welcome back. Yeah, this is the time, as I said, when, people are getting to school, like the administrative principals, and they're checking things out, Beth. And 5 schools closed in the Phoenix Elementary School District. And they are going to be updating, post updates on phoenixschools.org of the Phoenix central part of town.
When I left the house morning, I'm hoping he finds before the garbage truck comes around, or else we've got another week of garbage sitting there. But, I just looked and said, is there anything on the lawn? And I thought, nah, just Clorox toilet bowl cleaner, that should be okay.
Oh, hey, by the way, we've got some live pictures coming in right now. I believe this is around 54th Street.
It's never easier to experience award recognition.
I can't see it. But, well, they really got in that along that corridor there, didn't they?
That's a good point. Sweeping across Thomas, because then you go all the way over toward 15th Avenue in Thomas, and we had a Circle K with the roof ripped off of it.
How many times have we talked about monsoon storms here in the valley that seem to skip central part of the metro area? And last night I was tracking it on our Fox Weather app, Corey, and I was tracking the radar, and it was going right through the center part of town, and by the time it got to my house, it was nothing.
That was up by me, too. We had hardly anything.
We got it. I'm around 32nd Street in Camelback, and we got it pretty hard. Our lights blinked a couple of times. And in fact, my hair guy, David, from Sassoon, he lives in Old Town Scottsdale, and he's been without electricity. I'm assuming it's on now, but he was without electricity for a long time.
There's still about 30,000 people without electricity.
The sunlight giving us a better idea, though, of how significant the damage was.
You're watching Fox 10 Arizona Morning with Ron Hoon, Rick D'Amico, Andrea Robinson, Kristen Anderson, and Corey McCloskey in HD.
Yeah, it's
miserable, and you've got that bionic arm and stuff there, so that's going to get a little sticky, I think.
I would rather have this than no AC.
Yes, that's for sure, right?
August, the second hottest in the history of Phoenix. Celeste Rodriguez live this morning. Good morning, Celeste.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm in Central Phoenix this morning. This is just some of the damage. A little piece of what folks are experiencing this morning and waking up to as the sun rises. We'll have a live report coming up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Penny Griffin here on the east side, where it also got hit pretty hard last night during that storm. Take a look. The wall, half of it collapsed. That's just a piece of it. I'll show you coming up.
All right, 10,000s, as Dick mentioned, still without power this morning. APS crews working feverishly to get things back up and running, but the power outages are causing some schools to start late this morning. We'll tell you which ones are affected. Hey, Cor.
And the day looks a whole lot better, Andrea, than last evening, that's for sure. We'll see about 104 degrees, kind of a typical first day of September. But we have great news in that extended forecast. We'll also take a look at your rainfall totals here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you. September 1st, 2015. This is the day that the climatologists look back on the preceding month. They said that August, one of the hottest in the history of Phoenix. 2 record-breaking days. We got 117 and 115. Record-breaking overnight lows, the warmest ever. And now this tremendous storm last night.
And we were hoping that this was going to be a September where the monsoon would leave us alone. Here we are starting now.
Andrea said Wednesday was
don't you even put me on that.
Yeah, but it's not good enough to start, that's for sure. We know you want your storm covered.
Is located north of the 202 and east of the 51. And last night, more than 22,000.
Another night of wild weather. This was one of the most intense storms this year. In fact, it had been the strongest storm we've seen over the course of this monsoon. This is video taken right from our Fox 10 television studios. You see how powerful the storm was. The rain pulling off the roof line of a parking lot. And
Gallus with more on what the food bank is now doing to try to keep those donations fresh. Jill, good morning.
Good morning to you, Olivia and Scott. We've been talking about these
show, and this is what was so bizarre about it. Not that we haven't seen it before, but it was just continuous. The skies just lit up for minute after minute after minute, and there was so much lightning. Some people said the sky almost looked green to them, but it takes on that ominous sound when it's not just one clap of thunder, but continuous for a long period. The winds were so strong, this cell got knocked on its side right on the I-10 at 19th Avenue. And look at that. The trailer landed on the front car behind it. The driver said it happened so quickly he had no time to react. Amazingly, he wasn't hurt. But you can see the inches there made the difference between life and death. And a big problem during the storm, live power lines knocked down. This is video shot by Robert Tonemacher. This is right around 8th Street and McDonald. You can see the sparks from the lines as they were falling onto the wet ground. APS is working to get power restored to everybody, but at the height of the...
Expected to announce details of a suit against the city of San Francisco, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, and the Bureau of Land Management. The family says they are responsible for creating a safe haven for illegal immigrant criminals like the suspect shown here, charged in the murder of their daughter. Adam Housley live in San Francisco with more on this and what is expected today and why the lawsuit, Adam.
Hey, good morning, Ron. Good, everyone. Take a look at this big tree behind me, one of many that came down. As it's coming down, this is some of the damage it caused. I know that they've been actually out here most of the night into the morning trying to get rid of it. You can see some of the damage it caused. This garage door right here, right across the street. Now let's walk up and give you a closer look of this tree. We're right about 15th Avenue in Osborne, but in that same neighborhood off of 19th Avenue and Thomas area. There's a group of homes here. Neighbors, very friendly, have kind of been coming out, talking to each other, make sure they're okay. Take a look at the sheer magnitude of this tree that came down. Barely a CRV that you see right next to it. And we spoke with the gentleman who's here. His grandmother called him late last night and actually told him that this tree had actually come down. And as we move around, you can kind of see all the roots and underneath this tree. So she calls her grandson and actually gives him some information about the fact that this tree has come down and the fact that she's out of power. And he makes his way down here to help her out. And in fact, he actually found a couple of neighbors with a chainsaw, and they've been actually trying to cut this tree down. But what a mess it has been for this family. And so fortunately, it actually did not take this RV down that they have parked in their driveway, but what a mess. And you can kind of see what's left behind. Take a look at this here on the ground that I just discovered. So folks are kind of pulling out all the tools that they have, Ron. They're trying to do everything that they can. Folks right now, they're still out of power. They still are kind of, but of course, they're really helping each other out. They're saying, do you need anything? How are your children doing today? I know we mentioned that there's schools that were actually not going to be opening.
And Celeste, thanks for mentioning that part of the story. We heard in our 5A news conference from the Phoenix Fire Department, there's so many instances last night of people helping other people. There were people pulling at bus stops and offering people rides. There were people with large trucks helping people who were stranded in small cars over and over. Celeste, thank you. What's that?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now let's go out to the East Valley. Courtney is out in the Gilbert area where we had a wall knocked down.
They're blown over. As you drive through, you can see small areas, the awning and garage.
A bit down the way here, but it's completely knocked over. I tweeted a picture of that out, so that's out there. And then the light pole is also knocked over, stop signs, tons of trees. You can see this one here behind me from this one's backyard has now gone over the fence. But I really want to show you this over here. We have a tree that has collapsed on two vehicles, and I'm going to bring in Christina. Thanks for joining us. I know you woke up this morning in your robe and you came out, and what did you see here? What was your reaction?
I was in shock. I came out because I heard your truck, looked to the right, so I was all talking down there, looked to the left and went, oh my gosh, I have a tree on my car. I guess I'm not going to work today.
Yeah, calling to work. So from Ohio, you've experienced a couple tornadoes. Was this similar last night?
Yes. In fact, I went from corner to corner in the house trying to find some place to be because you're taught to go to the basement or go to an interior area, and you know, not having a basement here, was trying to find a place that was howling winds, and it was quite scary.
You said you had a lot of glass, a lot of windows, yes. So you just kind of stood in the middle.
There, I watched the slider kind of bow in and out, heard the garage door rattling. So, yeah.
But you had power throughout all of it?
Yes, we did have power. We did not lose power.
Okay. So about this car here, you said this Jetta is about 2 years old?
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct. About 2 years.
Can you see the damage that's been done?
Not quite yet. What I did see, when I pulled back some of the leaves, it looks like the hood has been damaged. Looks like maybe the window is pushed in. But the Jeep, I'm not worried about. That's indestructible.
Yeah, and you said you have insurance on about 1.5 years now. But anything like this here in our state?
Actually, yes. About this time last year, we did experience a powerful wind that came through and actually caused the trees to go through.
Get some new power poles in there.
Yes.
It's still shocking when it's your own car.
Was there anything else you were worried about with your home?
No, you know, I did a walk through the back. The back seems to be fine. We seem to be fine tile-wise, unlike some of the other neighbors, but no, I just seem to be a bit.
Yeah, a lot of the tile roofs here, they have been completely destroyed. A lot of it in the roadway. Garage has been pushed outward. Again, like I said, those light poles have been down. So a lot of damage here in this neighborhood. But Christine, luckily you're okay. Thanks so much for telling your story. And yeah, she has insurance, so she will be okay. And she did call into work. So she's clear and good to go, guys. Good news is nobody is injured that we have found so far. Definitely busy. Crews are already out here cleaning up.
All right, Courtney, thank you. Now, Sky Fox also flying around town looking for damage. Our photojournalist.
As City Hall, several side streets and intersections were left without power.
Putting cops in danger. We'll ask that question, plus this.
The glass broke. The glass was very loud. I could hear the window breaking, and then my heart stopped.
An 11-year-old girl springing into action when an intruder breaks into her home.
Okay, just tell me what you hear, okay? He's coming. Let's do this.
Out of markets. That capital is not there for entrepreneurs and small businesses to use to
plus jobs being created on average every month. How much does it really matter?
Carol, you can see the memorial growing behind me. We have seen people come by all morning long to pay their respects.
So do we know how the suspect got a gun, if he like spent time in a mental institution?
You know, that's one of the big questions, Carol. We don't know. That's the short answer. But of course, we're trying to dig for that information just as prosecutors and other investigators are as well. I should add that neither the defense nor the prosecution is saying anything. They're tight-lipped about the motive in this particular case. And so they keep on giving us little hints about information that they know. For example, his talk of this video, because I can see the video cameras that are around this place. But again, they're not disclosing that information. It's one information from back in 2012.
All right,
Carol.
Rosa Flores reporting live from Houston this morning. Thank you. Still to cover the newsroom, a journalist says he's to blame for China's stock market chaos, and he issues a public apology. But is this just China trying to save face?
Airport, plenty of rain out as well, Cor.
Yeah, and Fred ya no es más huracán, se ha debilitado, es tormenta tropical con vientos máximos sostenidos.
Te mandamos un beso gigante, que sigas con esa
Convirtiéndose en un sistema de baja presión en lo que es el océano Atlántico. Hacia el oeste del país tenemos récord en temperaturas altas, 10-20 grados por encima de lo que son las temperaturas normales, en el rango de los 90 grados. Precisamente en Nueva York está supuesto tener hoy una temperatura máxima de 80 grados. La temperatura máxima está en 88, un día mayormente soleado despejado. Para Boston, una máxima de 81, un día mayormente soleado. Miami 91, Los Ángeles, nublado en la mañana, despeja en lo que es las horas de la tarde, una máxima de 83. Ahora sí, continuamos con más de Despierta América y el clarividente Cristian Latina. Vamos a escucharla.
Seguimos aquí con este clarividente, ya gran amigo Cristian Latina.
Gracias.
Y bueno, interpretando el futuro de nuestra gente por sus rostros y fotografías. Y tenemos más fotografías y llamadas telefónicas.
¿Estás listo, Cristian?
Por supuesto,
perfecto.
Claro que sí.
Vamos a saludar. Tenemos en telefónica a David Sandoval de Los Ángeles. Le damos buenos días. ¿Cómo estás, David? ¿Cuál es tu pregunta para Cristian?
Muy buenos días, muy buenos días.
Donado para preservar la vida salvaje. Y el cuento que ya tiene 9 millones de views. Si lo quieren ver completo, pueden ir a YouTube y verlo porque es buenísimo. Pero ahora que
Flag that flies above the American Legion in downtown.
First thing that pops into your head. Ramona, Phaedra, Kyle.
Today at 1. The sheer power of those women.
And also some fires, Jen, burning in Texas as well.
Yeah, so let's talk about the rain coming in, Chris, because
Last 10 years, did your doctor implant
the I-10 at about 19th Avenue? The flooding was so bad.
There's an AutoNation.
The